Hi guys, Scylla from the Normal Suburban Moms here. If you saw the last video, you know that we're kind of in a setup state in our not new room, but new open room. We just cleaned out the guest room about a week ago. So we have Shannon over here.
Assembling things.
Yeah, she's putting together a desk and a chair. We have our altar right there. So if you hear the drilling in the background, yeah. Just trying to get a couple of videos out because I know we've kind of gone radio silent for a while. So I figured may as well get some stuff that I've been wanting to get out there. And so here we are. Move my mic a little closer to me.
Sorry.
No worries. That way you can hear me over the drill. It's dead. Oh, it's dead. Guess you need to go get the charger. Anyway, so something that I've been meaning to make a video on for a couple of weeks now, but part of it is time has been getting away from me, and then the other part is I've been kind to see how the situation plays out, because it is kind of an evolving thing, but I think enough has played out now that I'm ready to cover it. So, little bit of background just to kind of set this up. There is a YouTuber far more popular than us, that goes by the name Telltale. His name is Owen, and he recently has been dealing with some things, specifically running for his life, to not put too fine a point on it, because his daughter recorded the teacher in her health class teaching sex ed with a biblical lens. That is to say, specifically talking about how that, what God says about sex, and that she hopes their parents have taught them morals, and basically alluding to the fact that it is wrong to be LGBT, and that if your parents aren't Christian and teaching you Christian values, then your parents are wrong. So, things that you shouldn't be hearing in a public education setting. And this whole thing really upset me when I heard it, because we're both educators, Shannon and I, and we always put the well-being of our students first, and that means doing right by them. And it is not our place to teach them religion of any kind. And I was upset by this on a couple levels. One, I was definitely upset by the fact that she did it in the first place, because, like I said, it's not our place to teach religion to our students. Not unless you're in a private religious school. Then we're talking different. But this is a public education setting. It is not a place for religion. So, just from that standpoint, the fact that any teacher would do this to students was really upsetting to me. So that was the first thing that kind of got my dander up, as it were. But the second thing is the fact that a lot of people in that community attacked Owen and his daughter, but it's because it was specifically Christian values that she was teaching. Because I guarantee you, if either one of us were to try to teach our religion in the classroom, or if someone that was Muslim did, or any other faith, there would be a nationwide uproar going on. And that's the thing. As a teacher, it's okay to have your faith. You know, like I showed you right here, we have our altar set up. I am specifically very strong at my faith. And I don't hide it, but school, the classroom is not a place to verbalize it, to teach it, to tell students that if you don't believe this way, then you're wrong. That's just not our role. As Shannon has said many times before, and it's probably one of my favorite quotes that she's ever said, it's our job to teach students how to think, not what to think. And that extends to politics, religion, and anything else. If you want to teach, if you're teaching a history class and you're teaching the historical impact of religion or the historical roots of a religion or what have you, then fine. But health class isn't the place to start going into religion. So it was very upsetting that any teacher would do this. It was upsetting that people were defending her. And I think what ended up becoming the most upsetting was that Owen's daughter started getting attacked for this. There were protesters at her bus stop. There's half of the community, like we're talking like 1,600 to 1,800 people, joined a Facebook doxing this family. They sharing Owen's address, pictures of his house, talking about kidnapping his daughter because he's an atheist, so he's such a horrible person and he shouldn't be a parent, and all this stuff. Absolutely disgusting. And I'm not even going to call them Christians because they may be claiming to be, but you know I'm not a Christian anymore, and I'm not exactly well versed in the Bible these days, but I'm fairly certain that none of that follows the teachings of Jesus Christ. So the whole thing was very upsetting. So Owen and his family have pretty much had to flee from their house to an undisclosed location, a safe house, until they can get moved into a whole new state, because they've basically been chased out of town for protecting their constitutional rights. When you break it down, we're supposed to have separation of church and state. And the hypocrisy here is just mind-boggling. Think about what the reaction would be if a Muslim teacher was telling students in a health class what Allah thought of sex. Think about if we were preaching it through Greek pagan lens. It's just, I have no words for how upset this whole thing makes me. So, while I am usually the first person to stand up and defend a teacher and say, don't go after the teacher's job, you're being oversensitive, or they need to be coached, or whatever. I'm a huge advocate of protecting teachers' jobs. And 9 times out of 10, I'll say no, either the teacher didn't do anything wrong to begin with and people are being oversensitive, or if she did, then she should be coached. She should be given a chance to rectify the situation.
Depending on the severity, of course.
Yes, unless we're talking about,
like abuse.
Yeah, physical abuse. But this is abuse in its own right.
Yes.
And so this...
Against the law. Sorry, I'm chiming in from off camera, but, she broke the law.
She did break the law. And she knew it. I'm not going to post the audio in this video because the audio is kind of all over the internet. Jimmy Snow did a video on it. Telltale's done a couple. What I will do is I will put a link to Telltale's video with the audio down below in the description. So feel free to go listen to the audio in its entirety. But in the clip, she actually says that she's trying not to say too much because she doesn't want to get in trouble.
She tries to sneak it in here and there.
She tries to sneak it in here and there, yes. So she knows what she's doing is not okay. She knows this is wrong, and she's doing it anyway. And that's not okay on any level. So this is one of those times that I absolutely do think the teacher should be fired. She hasn't. She's, to my understanding, it's believed she's been reprimanded for it, which, let's be honest, it equates to a slap on the wrist of, oh, somebody got mad, watch your back. I mean, we all know that's what ended up happening. So, that's not enough. I believe, and I'll issue a correction if I'm wrong on this, I believe Owen is following through on legal action to the district, which a lot of people are against because, oh, that takes money away from the school budget, and I see the point there. However, the school district made its bed when it decided it was going to protect this teacher. If that's the hill they want to go die on, then, they deserve whatever comes to them. And just because you're worried about it affecting the students doesn't mean we should just let stuff like this go, because if we do, then
it's going to keep happening.
Exactly, it's going to keep happening. Nothing gets solved. She gets away with it, and that's not okay. It's not okay for a teacher to do this in the classroom, no matter what her faith is. Just like it wouldn't be okay for an atheist teacher to go out of her way to tell religious students that there is no God. I would be very upset if a teacher went out of her way to tell our daughter that her religious views were nothing more than mythology, which I know a lot of people do think. But that's our place to raise our child in whatever faith we see fit. So, yeah, it's not the teacher's place. She was wrong on every level. And on top of being wrong morally and it not being her place to do this, it's straight up illegal. Straight up illegal. So, yeah, I've been following this ever since Owen first shared the story about it, and it's been infuriating for me each step of the way as an educator. I feel for his daughter, and I tend to get very passionate about protecting my own students. Like, I will go to bat to the end for them. And I felt that same sense of wanting to protect his daughter too. She's not my student, but I felt that same sort of passion of, I wish I could protect her. I want to do something for her. So, there's nothing I can do in that regard, but I can speak out. And, on the off chance that she's watching this, I can tell her, you did the right thing. We actually used that audio clip as an example for our daughter. If she's ever in a situation where a teacher is preaching religion to her or telling her her religion is wrong, come to us. If you can, record it. Record it. If you can't, at least come to us. Tell us this isn't okay. So we're using Owen's daughter as an example for our own daughter. She did everything right. It kills me that she's being attacked. And Owen, if you ever happen to come across this video, please know that Shannon and I both are here for you however we can be. And we're willing to help you in any way we can, even if it's just needing someone to listen. Because this whole situation has just been absolutely infuriating as an educator and as a parent, and really goes to show that as much as I love our public education system, there's a reason we both work in it, that it is basically our life. There are some areas that have a long way to go. Not every school district is created equal. And honestly, there is...
Sorry, y'all.
No, it's fine. Honestly, there's a lot of work to be done. So, as this, situation continues to develop, I'm sure we'll be doing updates on this. I'd love to know your thoughts. Feel free to comment below if you have any thoughts. Again, I'll have a link to Telltale's video with the audio on this in the description. And I know he also has a Patreon and a PayPal set up. He's accepting any help possible to cover his moving expenses. So if you are able to, I do ask that you do what you can if you can donate anything, or at least share his story. We donated what we could through a super chat to help him, and I wish we could do more. I truly do, because this doesn't come down to the fact that he's an atheist and we're polytheist or anything. This isn't about faith. This is about the law and doing what's right for students. And his daughter deserved better than that. And he deserved better than that from his community. So, yeah, we'll bring you updates as we get them. And do thank you for watching. If you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, share it. I know I always say to share videos, but specifically this one is really important. So if you've never shared a video of ours before, consider sharing this one. And feel free to continue the conversation. You can also follow me on Twitter at TXGURL11.
Sorry.
And I'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.